Hey guys, so it's SGC back again, and just the other day I went to see Captain America, and I must say, since this is the most important part of this video to some viewers, that Captain America is better than Thor, and obviously flattened Green Lantern. You didn't see it in the video title, spoilers will be revealed somewhat, yeah. So let's start off with the bad, and luckily there's not that much. So the pacing, if you were expecting guns blazing and Michael Bay movie style galore, that ain't happening until the very end. Okay, so this movie, it might be kind of slow for some people, but it really justifies the slowness as it creates Steve Rogers' character, who later becomes Captain America. And I must say, it was excellently played by Chris Evans, and he was fantastic. No pun intended, though. He probably was a good Human Torch if the rest of the Fantastic Four movies were not horrible. But with Red Skull, as cool as he is, he was really lacking, in my opinion, with the character. I mean, sure, he was the villain, but I wish his scenes were more interesting, maybe? Because all they were just like, oh, let's take over the world, and let's just do this, like, mock-up of, like, Hitler's salute with both hands, and, like, Hail Hitler. And, yeah, he wasn't really that menacing. He was crazy in terms of his troops and his superhuman strength, but more character would have been nice. Maybe in the sequels, maybe. Haha. The problem I had with Red Skull also went over to Bucky. I mean, Bucky is like the best friend of Captain America, Steve Rogers, but does he really interact much with Steve? I mean, sure, in the beginning he talks to him like, oh, I'm going off to war and you're gonna be behind me, blah blah blah. And I think he could have been more developed. At least Bucky's role was a lot bigger than the time-wasting character of Green Lantern's nephew, who was just like, oh, let me talk to my nephew and I'll get inspired and save the world sort of thing. Anyway, so this tiny little nitpicking that I have is that there is not actually a scene where Roger consents to having the super serum. It just sounded like he was doing an experiment of some sort. Or maybe I was deaf and totally missed that part. But when Dr. Eskin told him that how he can't have fluids for his procedure, I was thinking, wow, despite the fact that I know what's going to happen, this is the first time I hear about the procedure. Maybe it's implied in the conversation that he had with Eskin in that medical facility thing. And yeah, but that's okay. Moving on, the Howling Commandos. They didn't really get a lot of character development as to why he chose them, but then again, if they were given to those 5 or 6, people would complain, oh, it's dragging, like, oh, who are these random people that show up in the middle of the movie, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, I would have liked it more if Captain America had more interaction with those dudes, and you sort of build the foundation of like, oh, this is why Captain America chose these guys and not just random red shirts. So if I didn't read the comics, I wouldn't have known their names, because from the interaction they had in the movie, it's just like, oh, this guy with a beard, this Asian dude that's pretty funny, and this French and British guy, and yeah, that's how I would describe them rather than their actual names. So the post-credit scene, I wouldn't say that much about it, but it's just it's a teaser. So please, people, stay after the the credits, because I mean Captain America sort of followed the way of the Thor, because you actually have to wait till all the credits are done. I mean, a lot of people tried to wait and they're like, oh, what's happening? Like, oh, is it not showing up? For me, how I felt about it is that I wanted a scene, not a teaser, but that's okay. So that's pretty much it about the bad. So that's pretty good. So on with the good. And wow, first off, I must say, all the homage it gave to the original source material of the Captain America series in the comics was greatly appreciated. I mean, like his comic costume, pretty much, when he was going around and selling those war bonds, the costume that he was in is pretty much like the original costume that he had in the beginning, and that was just awesome, and it's like a realistic way to just a head nod to the original costume. How Bucky died was pretty epic. I mean, I probably might have read it into a bit more, but talking to some people that are into Cap, as they were just like, yeah, do you notice how he died? Bucky died. He picked up his shield. He had to, like, he was sniping. I mean, that's just like inferring to like Winter Soldier, and picking up the shield when he died was just like, oh, when Steve Rogers disappears, Bucky becomes Captain America sort of thing, and then he dies again. So it's just like, whoa, that's pretty epic. And yeah, so for those non-comic readers out there, Bucky died last month. or something like that in Fear itself. Issue 4. Set pieces were pretty cool. It was good. The shield throwing was awesome, actually believable. I mean, like, you would go like, ping, 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 pong, pong, and then you're like, oh, that doesn't look realistic. But he doesn't really use that much. Xena warrior sort of like bouncing off the wall, let me kill everyone with just one throw. It was used pretty well. And yeah, it was pretty cool seeing the shield in action. Tommy Lee Jones was in the movie, if you didn't notice. He's not really in the trailers that much, so it'll be pretty exciting if you notice his acting. And he was pretty awesome with the comic relief, and he played a good colonel or general or something of that sort. How he just supported everybody and stuff like that. Hayley Atwell's chemistry with Rogers was believable and natural. Peggy was, you would fall for someone like Steve, who's just thinking about, oh, everyone should be equal in the world. I must give props to both of them having a natural relationship, unlike the one with Thor where it was pretty random. There was this one scene where it really touched my heart. Was when Steve was injected with a superhuman soldier serum, and he's just like yelling and stuff, and then sparks flew, and then Dr. Eskin is like, okay, we're gonna shut this down, and Steve is like, no, I can take this, and it's just like this determination was pretty awesome for me. And yeah, that's my take on Captain America, and it was pretty good. It was golden. I probably like this even more than Iron Man because I can relate. Not relate, but it's more approachable for Captain America's character, as he's more all about just the positives of the world, rather than Iron Man, who's let me make money and just destroy things. And yeah, so go and watch it. What I just read this morning is that Smurfs made $13.3 million on its opening day, compared to Cowboys and Aliens, who made $13 million. I mean, the fact that Smurfs made more money than an Alien versus Cowboy movie is scary. A few days ago, I went to fireworks at Kids Beach and with a bunch of friends, and I will be posting a video of that, and you can check it out. It was China's demonstration, and it was pretty awesome. Epic journey walks in rain. Luckily, the rains came after the fireworks, and yeah, and I ordered some stuff from Yes Asia, like Block B's first album, and I'm seeing Miss A everywhere now, so anyway, Rainbow's first album, and I will try to put those up as soon as possible, and yeah, so like it, subscribe it, and see ya.